What's going on, gang? CJ Curry here, back with another Prize Picks video. It's been a minute. Had a little surgery in the off season over the summer, but I'm back at it and I'm ready to deliver some more Prize Picks plays. Today's video, we're going to be looking at 6 different MLB options. So if you're not playing on Prize Picks yet, or maybe you're a Prize Picks veteran, get subscribed to the channel, hit the like button for me so that we can tell the YouTube overlords, the algorithm, that, hey, this video is a good video and we want to recommend it to more and more people. Now, like I said, if you're not playing on Prize Picks yet, it's a good time for you to get started. Let's slide on over to the Prize Picks desktop app. They're constantly making feature changes, adjustments, adding new things to the Prize Picks board. So it's a great time to get started on Prize Picks. You could use code CJ Curry. Make your first deposit. They're going to give you a special offer. Link down in the description of the video today. Plus, there's links to everything, all the tools, all the different things that you're going to see on screen that you could see me using. You can find it all down in the description of today's video. Use those links. Save yourself some money, whether it be the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, whether it be RotoWire, whether it be Outlier, you name it. I'm partnered up with just about everybody, and we're trying to save some people some money and put them on some sharp MLB research. So speaking of MLB research, let's run through these plays real quick. Like I said, I got 6 different options. You could take all 6. You could take your favorite 1, 2, 3. You could take none of them. I mean, you know, what you do is up to you. So let's run through these real quick. We got Bailey Falter of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's taking on the Cincinnati Reds today. He's at 4.5 strikeouts. I'm leaning less. Why am I leaning less? Well, if you go out and you take a look at some of the projection models, like this one, for example, we're looking at The Bat by Derek Carty. It's being hosted here on EV Analytics. The Bat has Bailey Falter projected for about 3.7 strikeouts. And I like to check multiple projection models. And for this, we could slide on over to Fantasy Labs, where they've got him projected for about 3.6 Ks. So as you can see, he's closer to about, I don't know, 3 to 4 than he is 4 to 5. So I'm leaning toward the under here based on the projection models that I'm seeing. Now, if we slide on over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and we type in Bailey Falter's name, you're also going to see that it is a plus EV play to take him for under 4.5 strikeouts, almost a 53% chance that he stays under 5 Ks today. You're seeing some of the sharpest sports books in the world, like Pinnacle, who have him as a minus 143 betting favorite to stay under 5 Ks. Now, for those of you who like to see the hit rates, who like to see the game logs for guys like Bailey Falter, well, Outlier has got you covered. Here's today's Outlier charts for Bailey Falter. You can see that this season at 4.5 strikeouts, he stayed under in about 2/3 of the games in which he has appeared. So that's a 67% hit rate. Yeah, he had 8 Ks in his last outing, but I would say that that in itself is a bit of an outlier. No pun intended. But as you can see, Bailey Falter better at going under than going over. So the first play is going to be Falter under 4.5 strikeouts, which moves us over to our next play. Nathan Eovaldi of the Texas Rangers. He's going against a team that does not like to strike out very much in the Cleveland Guardians. He is sitting at 5 strikeouts right now. Now, the reason he's at 5 strikeouts is because his line opened at 4.5 strikeouts. People were smashing the over. They were betting the over on Nathan Eovaldi. Let's look at the projections real quick on Nasty Nate. First projection, again, provided by The Bat, which is the sharpest MLB projection models that I know of. If you know of any other sharp projection models, I'll leave them down in the comment section of today's video. But I've got them projected for about 4.6 strikeouts today. So that's staying under 5 strikeouts, definitely under 6 strikeouts. If he has 6 or more Ks, obviously we're in deep doo-doo. So hopefully he stays under 6 Ks. 5 wouldn't be the worst situation in the world. Just a second projection for you, again, provided by Action Labs and their action projection tools. 4.5 strikeouts here for Nathan Eovaldi. If you want to see how his game logs look at under 5 Ks, well, he has gone over 5 Ks in quite a few games. But again, the Cleveland Guardians do not strike out a whole lot. So if you come down here and you take a look at how Cleveland has fared against right-handed pitching, you could see that for the season, they rank 3rd in K percentage against righties, meaning they're a top 3 team when it comes to strikeout percentage, one of the teams that strikes out the least against right-handed pitchers. Now, over the last 30 days, they've went from 3rd to 9th, so that number slid a little bit against the Cleveland Guardians hitters, but nonetheless, still a top 10 team when it comes to not striking out against right-handed pitchers. So just a little bit of information there against Nathan Eovaldi. Don't let these charts fool you. it is going to be a tough matchup for him. Maybe he ends up with 4 to 5 Ks, but if he goes for 6 or more Ks, I mean, I just can't see that happening, but you guys can decide what you want to do with that one. The next pick is going to be Aaron Sali of the Milwaukee Brewers. He's taking on the Oakland A's, and the A's are a team that does like to strike out, unlike the Cleveland Guardians. So Sali sitting at 4.5 strikeouts today. Let's go take a look at some projections for him. We're going to go back over to the bat by Derek Carty, taking a look at the projection for Sali. A strong 5.03 projected Ks, so that does put him over the 4.5 marker, which is what we want. We want 5 more Ks from Sali today. When we go over here to Fantasy Labs and we take a look at Sali, a more healthier projection, actually. 5.6 strikeouts is his projected line over here on Fantasy Labs. Now, when we go take a look at Aaron Savali's charts, you can see that over 4.5 strikeouts. It's been a little bit of a hit or miss season for Savali, covering the 4.5 strikeout number. 54% hit rate over the last 5 games or so. He's only went over 4.5 strikeouts once, but again, matchups are everything, and you got to look at everything in a vacuum. And so in this case, against the Oakland A's, you go take a look at this matchup. They do tend to strike out more often than not. So we'll see what Sali puts together today against the A's. As far as this being a plus EV play, a positive expected value play, it absolutely is. When you look at the percentage to hit, chances to hit here using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, over a 53% chance for him to come through. All the juice is coming in on the over at 4.5 strikeouts, so don't be surprised if this ends up getting bumped up to 5 Ks before it's all said and done. Let's try to get it in at over 4.5 Ks, which brings us to our next guy, Joe Musgrove. He's still trying to find his way back. He's only got a couple of games under his belt. He was out for most of the season, but has come back here in recent weeks. Today, he's taken on a New York Mets team that has given him some issues over the years. A couple of the players in the lineup anyways. So at 5.5 strikeouts, as you can see, I'm leaning toward the under. So let's go run the projections on Joe Musgrove real quick. Musgrove sitting at a projected 5.6 Ks on a line of 5.5, so that kind of puts him right around the 5 to 6 strikeout mark. I do like to check second projection just to kind of see where we're at with that. Second projection here provided by, again, Action Labs. They've got him at 4.8 strikeouts, which is a far cry from the 6 strikeouts that he would need to go over his line of 5.5 today. Now, as far as this being a plus EV play, when we go and we check out the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and again, if you guys want to check out the optimizer for yourself, you can go get this down in the description of today's video and save yourself some money when you use my code Curry. Checking out Musgrove, though, 53.7% chance that he stays under 5.5 strikeouts. Obviously, this is a positive expected value play, a plus EV play. When all the juice is going under on 5.5, why would we want to take the over and try to be difficult or be different and go against the grain instead of with it? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, especially on a site like PrizePicks. Now, if you think he goes for 6 or more strikeouts, well, then go run to your favorite sports book and bet the over on 5.5 strikeouts at plus money, plus odds, and you'll win more that way. But don't do it on PrizePicks. Don't do it on Underdog. Those sites have fixed odds, fixed payouts. So anyway, Musgrove under 5.5 strikeouts looks like the move. If you disagree, then, do what you feel led to do. But here's Joe Musgrove for the season, 2024 season, under 5.5 strikeouts. He's won under 75% of the games, 9 out of 12 games in which he's appeared. He has had fewer than 6 strikeouts. Taking a look here against this New York Mets team. As far as strikeouts go, they were doing a good job of limiting strikeouts to start the season. Over the last 30 days, that strikeout number has kind of crept up a little bit. They're now striking out at a 24.7% rate against right-handed pitchers. So we'll see what happens with Musgrove. Like I said, if there's anything you don't like about these picks, well then, hey, you don't have to take them. I'm not forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. But for me, I'll be leaning toward the under on Joe Musgrove, hoping for the very worst out of him today. Which moves us on to our next pick. It's Yordan Alvarez. He's taking on the Baltimore Orioles today. Cade Povich is the starting pitcher for the O's. And for me, I'm taking Yordan Alvarez over 7.5 hitter fantasy score, because over on the bat projections by Derek Carty, when we type in Yordan Alvarez's name, he is projected for a big 10.8 projected fantasy score. Again, his number today is just 7.5 on PrizePicks. So 10.8 versus 7.5, that's like more than a 3 fantasy score projection difference. So of course, I'm thinking about taking Air Jordan today against Cade Povich. So if you want to see some of the hit rates here for Yordan Alvarez 2024, he goes over this number in about 45% of the games in which he appears. If you want to take a look at a more recent sample size, last 20 games, he's hitting at about a 50% rate. And then over the last 10 games, about a 40% rate. So matchups are everything. Styles make fights, and in this case, Yordan Alvarez versus left-handed pitcher Cade Povich. I'm taking the over, which brings us to our 6th and final play. We finally reached the end of the video, and to no one's surprise, it's going to be showtime. Mr. Shohei Otani himself, 9.5 hitter fantasy score. He's going up against Tyler Alexander. He's got some fantastic historical numbers against Tyler Alexander in the limited sample size that we have. If we go down here and take a look, lefty Tyler Alexander of the Tampa Bay Rays, he's faced him 6 times, 6 different plate appearances or at-bats. He's gotten 4 hits off of him, 2 doubles, a home run, 2 RBIs, only struck out once. That's good for a 2.167 OPS versus Tyler Alexander. Hopefully, Shohei Otani and the Los Angeles Dodgers keep that success going today against Mr. Tyler Alexander, because I'm looking to take the over on Shohei Otani's fantasy score at 9.5. He steals bases. He hits home runs. I mean, what more can you want from a player when it comes to baseball and fantasy score? So Shohei Otani over 9.5 fantasy score looking good. Let's run the projections over on the bat. We've got Otani projected for 11.44 fantasy score today against Tyler Alexander. If you want to see the hit rates, we've got those as well. 53% of the games in which he's appeared, he has gone over 9.5 fantasy score. If you want to look at the last 20, 55% hit rate over the last 20. Like I said, he doesn't necessarily have to hit a home run to go over fantasy score. With the way that this guy steals bases, he should be in a good position today to swipe a bag. In fact, if you look at the little cheat sheet we have here, Shohei Otani at stolen bases against Tyler Alexander gets the green check mark here, meaning there should be a good chance that he could swipe a bag if he gets on base against Alexander in today's game. So I'm liking some Otani over 9.5 fantasy score. So those are your 6 plays. What are you guys thinking? You liking any of these? Any of these standing out more than the others? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. And maybe you're liking some other picks that I didn't get a chance to talk about today. I'd like to hear what you guys are on for today's massive MLB slate. Thank you so much for watching. Again, get subscribed, hit the like button on your way out, and we'll catch you in the next video real soon. Good luck, guys, and peace.